Okay, dear learner, after the understanding meaning of research, now let us discuss an important questions. Why do we do the research is an important question. Second is the what are the objective of your research. Two important concept. Why do we do the research? Important. Second is what are the objective of research. Is two things play very important role in our life, especially in academics and research process. In simple word, the objective of research tell us the purpose and aim of doing research. So the important thing is the every researcher, every individual has the aim of our research, because we have the life, we have our studies, we have for training programs, so at least we have our aim or highest destination of all these things of our planning. The important things, why do we the conduct the research in day-to-day life, in our research, in our academics. So every research active, just like we're discussing about that, every research activity has a clear purpose or goal. The goal means highest destination of purpose. For example, we go for the study, so we have a specific purpose. We go for building a house, so we have the purpose. We play, we have some purpose. We go for the study, we have the purpose. We have any job, we do all our hard works for the achieving in a job. That is means we have the purpose, a goal. That is means highest destination of your purpose. So these goals are known as a objective of the research. Next important thing is we discuss all these things in a simple word. The objective of research tell us what we want to achieve through the research, because here we discuss about the research process in the field of physical education, in the field of sports. The important thing is here we discuss the objective in the research in the field of physical education and sports. The objective of research tell us what we want to achieve in education and physical education and sports through the research. So whether it is improving the sports performance, solving the different kind of problem day-to-day life in sports and physical activity in education, or discovering new knowledge, research always begin with the clear objective. So at least we must have the clear objective, highest destination of purpose, and we have the clear objective, and after that we start the our research. So in today's lecture we will learn about the major objective of research, especially in the field of physical education and sports sciences, with the different type of the simple example. So let us begin. This is the aim and objective. This is the, you see the diagram. Now look at this diagram carefully. So this is the aim. The research aim is means highest destination of your research, and every aim has the objective, maybe the multiple objectives. Each objective has the different kind of means and method, because the different objective achieved through different kind of means and methods. As the each means and method the execute, after as you are execute the one method to achieve the one objective, as execute the means and method of second objective, so you achieve it on, as you all objective you achieve. After the execution of means and method, you find out the result in the form of number, in the form of conclusions. As you get the results, so you can evaluate this is the predetermined aim, so you will achieve your aim or not. So this diagram shows a complete cycle of research, starting from aim and ending at the evaluation. So let us understanding each step in a different ways. Just like we have discussed is the first point of aim, that is the starting point of any research. This is the highest destination of the purpose of your research. Everything begin with the aim. The aim is highest destination, your purpose, your highest, your target. So what do we want to achieve through the research? Important things is means your aim is you are doing research. So what actually you want to do with this research? Just like we giving the example in sports, to improve the sprint speed of athlete. So it means you conducted research to improve the speed of the athletes. Next important thing is the objective. After the aim, we define the objectives, the specific step to achieve the aim. Because we achieve the aim, so we have the different kind of step to achieve, step 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just like to measure the current speed, for example, like to improve the speed of an athlete. So first we measure the current speed, then we go for the training programs scientifically, and after that we collect the data again of speed, and after compare of the data. After the comparison we find out the result and conclusion. So the important thing is the objectives, to which steps through which we achieve your highest destination. Next is thing is means and method. So every objective, for example, we have 3 to 4 steps objective. Each objective has different kind of means and methods. Each objectives you achieve with the different method, other objective achieved through the different type of method. So this includes, just like in speed improvement, to training methods, which type of training method you use, which type of tools you use, which type of test to use, and which type of research design to you use in your research. After these you go for the execution. Execution means then we perform the study, just like we conduct the training, collect the data, follow the proper scientific or training program. After that we find out the results. So after the execution we get the result in the form of data, in the form of findings. For example, speed improve or not. For example, first result is speed improved with your training programs. Second result may be speed not improved. Third is partial improvement in the speed. So all three results may be expected after your research. Next is the evaluation. So finally we evaluate your results, which type of result you have, and you evaluate finally. So did we achieve the aim or not? You will get the answer after the evaluation. So this is a cycle, not a one-time process. This is not a one-time process. Once you not achieve your goals, that is means you revise your objectives, you change your method, and you repeat your research. Or if you get your objectives, it is means you improve your performance as you desired. That is means you are no need to repeat the research. But in that case you are not satisfactory of your results, then you should revise your objectives. You should change your method. You change your method and select an appropriate or more advanced method. Repeat the same research and find out the result and evaluation. So the research means a cycle, not a one-time process. This is continuous process. Next important things, the objective of research. Number one is to discover the answer through scientific procedure. So once the most important objective of research is discover the answer. How? We apply the scientific procedure. So let us the understanding this in a very simple way. In our daily life we often have the many type of the questions, many type of the problems, but in research we do not answer them by the guessing or assumptions. We have different problem, we have different questions in our life, in your sports, if your professional arena, but we are talking in research, but we are focusing, we are discussing in research. It's not possible we giving the answer by guess, by assumptions. We follow the scientific procedures, we follow the planned procedure, which means we have a proper plan. We should collect proper data, we should analyze it, and then we reach some conclusions. So in simple understanding, the research is not guessing, research is not the personal opinion. The research is a scientific process, research is a planned process. It means a step by step scientific process to solve our problems. Next is to find out the hidden truth. Another important objective of research means through the research we try to find out the truth or hidden truth. Now what does this means? In many situations the truth is not clearly visible. Sometimes the truth is visible, sometimes truth is not clearly visible. So sometimes what we see or believe is not complete reality. So we go for the research helps us to go deeper and discover the real truth behind the things. The research helps us to go beyond the surface level thinking. Research helps us to identify real cause of the problems. Research helps us to understand the deeper reality. So we giving the simple concepts to find out the hidden truth. Is mean the research reveal the truth that is not immediately visible. So this is a very important concept. Next important thing, to generate new knowledge. Now what does means? It means the research help us to create the new ideas. Research help us to create new fact. Research help to create new understanding which were not known before. Important thing is research is not only about the repeating the all knowledge. Research also help about the adding the something new to the existence knowledge. We have some knowledge, and with the help of research we add something new in previous knowledge. For example, the earlier traditional in training in sports, generally traditional training method were used in sports, but through the research new knowledge has developed, such as scientific training programs comes, advanced recovery techniques comes, advanced equipment comes, advanced nutritional strategies comes. So all these are the result of the research. Next important things, the every studies has a specific purpose. The important thing is the highest destination of your purpose. So every studies has a target, specific targets. So every study has a specific purpose. This means that no research is done without a clear goal. You should have at least a clear goal, clear questions, clear problem to solve. You want to solve it with the help of research. So before the starting of any study, a researcher must know what do I want to find out. Important thing is what do I want to find out. Next is why am I doing of this research. Next important thing, the broad objective classified into 4 categories. So till now we have understood a different objective of research. Now to make our understanding more clear or organized, these objectives broadly classified into 4 different groups. Just like first is exploratory research, second is descriptive, third is diagnostic research, fourth is hypothesis research on the basis of broad objective. So it shows that the objective of research are broadly classified into 4 groups. These 4 types help us to understand why we are doing research and what we want to achieve with the help of research, especially in the field of physical education and sports sciences. So let us understand each one by one. The first is exploratory. Exploratory means to explore. This is having some objective to gain familiarity and with the phenomenon. Second objective, to achieve new insight, and this is also called exploratory or formulative research. And main focus of this exploratory research is understanding new problem and developing idea for further research. The objective of exploratory research means the main objective is to gain familiarity with the phenomenon and to achieve new insight. In simple word, when we do not know much about a topic, when we do not know much more about any topic, any cities, any research, so we try to understand in a better and get basic ideas. For example, we giving the example from the sports. Why are the students avoiding the sports activities? So many sports playing the sports, so many students avoiding the sporting activities. So to try to find out to why all these sports avoiding the activities, all these come into the explorative research. And this stage we talk to a student, observe the student, collect the information. So we are not giving the final answer to why, but we are just understanding the exact situation behind the avoiding the sporting activity. So this is the process is called the exploratory research. And exploratory research also known in 2 types, exploratory or formulative research. Both are same because it helps us to form idea, exploration and formulative, because this help to form the idea, direction of the future research. So the exploratory research also known as formulative research. And focus of exploratory research, the main focus of exploratory research in the understanding the new problems, developing the idea for further studies. So explorative research helps us to understand the new problem and develop the idea for future research. This is the exploratory research. First means explorative means to explore, investigate something new. So exploratory research is conducted when we have the very little knowledge about the problem. The topic is new or not clearly understood. So we want to gain the basic understanding. So simple understanding means it is the starting stage of research, exploratory research. We are not trying to give the final answer, in which we are trying to understand the problems. Next is the descriptive research. After the exploratory research, we come for the descriptive research. Descriptive research means describe the characteristics of an individual, situation, group, institutions. So what kind of characteristics he has. To describe the characteristics of animal, describe the characteristics of individual, describe the characteristics of players, describe the characteristics of top class performers. So in simple word, we try to give clear and accurate picture of what is happening. Just like we giving the example of fitness level of school students. So we do the research of descriptive research and giving the status of fitness level of the school students. Okay, this is actual status in current situation. So we are not explaining why, but important things, we are just describe the current situation. This is the important things, the focus of the exploratory research. This is focus is accurate and systematic descriptions. This means proper measurement, organized data collection, and clear presentation of current situation. Next important things is what is type of the study. So descriptive research giving the answer, what is happening, what is the current situation. So simple understanding means descriptive research means present situation, giving the clear picture of present situation, and the main concept is the descriptive research tell us what is happening in a clear and systematic way. The descriptive research means the descriptive research is used to describe the present condition, situation, describe the situation, describe the characteristic of an individual. So it answered the question just like with the help of descriptive research, we giving the answer what is happening and what is the current status. So these type of the questions we solve with the help of descriptive research. And we giving the simple understanding about the descriptive research is it does not explain why something happened. It only tell us what is happening. Just like we giving this example of sports, to we want to assess the current fitness level of the students. So why this is level is not the important thing, but the current situation of fitness level of the student is. So through the descriptive research, we find out the current situation. Third is diagnostic research. It means we try to diagnose. They have the something objective to determining the frequency of occurrence, just like the injuries frequency, to identify association between the variable and main focus of how often something happen again and again, and relationship between the two factors. So the words of diagnostics means exactly is means to identify. Diagnostic means to analyze a problem in detail. So the objective of diagnostic research is to main objectives are, number one is to determining the frequency of occurrence, and second is to identify association between the different type of the variables. So to determine the frequency of occurrence means how oftenly something happens. If we giving some example from the sports, how oftenly do athletes get injured in a season? We collect the data, we like number of injuries, time of period, type of injuries. So these tell us the frequencies of all these things. Next is to identify association between the variables. To understand the relationship between two variables, so we have the two variable, high training load, maybe more injuries, low training load means favor of injuries. So it is means we have the two variables to try to find out the relationship. This helps us to understand the connection between the variables. Next important thing is the focus of diagnostic research. The main focus is how oftenly something happens and the relationship between the two factors. Just like we giving simple example to why performance is decreasing. An important question. To why we study frequency of poor performance, relationship with the sleep, diet, stress. After that, we identify the pattern of causes. So diagnostic research goes deeper than descriptive research. It's diagnostic research tell us how frequently a problem occur. Diagnostic research tell us and what factors are related to it. Just like the comparison for the clarity, the descriptive research means this is what is happening. But in diagnostic research means why and how oftenly it is happening. So this is the differences between the descriptive and diagnostic research. The diagnostic research means to find out cause of the problems, and diagnostic research just like used to identify reason and cause behind the different kind of the problem. The simple understanding is goes one step ahead of descriptive research. Diagnostic research is not only tell what is happening, it's explain why it is happening. Next is the hypothesis testing research. That is the objective of to test the causal relationship between the variables, and main focus of cause and effect, testing of hypothesis and experimental research design. The objective of hypothesis, that is called a testing research. The main objective to test the causal relationship between the variables. Now what does this means? An important thing is it means that we want to check does one factor actually cause the change in the other factor. For example, performance. So many factors also effect of the performance. So try to find out the all other factors in the effect of the performance. In a simple understanding, in simple word, here we are not just observing, we are testing cause and effect scientifically. So it is not just observe, we test with the scientific procedures. Just like the focus of hypothesis testing in research. The main focus of three important is cause of and effect, testing of hypothesis, and experimental research design. It means the controlling the variable, applying the treatment, specific or training, and measuring the result. So this make research more accurate and the scientific. Next important thing is the hypothesis research. This type of research is used to test a statement or assumption scientifically. So this type is called the, just like the statement is called hypothesis, and hypothesis is tentative answer. Hypothesis means a guess of researcher on the basis of limited evidence. With the help of data, we try to test of or assumption or guess. So in a simple understanding about the hypothesis testing research, in this research we do not just explore or describe, we test whether the something is true or not on the basis of scientific procedure. Just like we giving example in sports, interval training improve the endurance more than continuous training. So now select the two groups, apply different training methods, measuring the endurance, compare them, and after then we getting the result with the help of the statistical test. We accept the hypothesis if true or reject the hypothesis if false. So dear learner, now let us understand the objective of research in the field of physical education. The first is the discover of new knowledge. Second is the improve the teaching method. Third is the enhance the sports performance. So now let us understand the objective of research in physical education and sports sciences. The first most important objective is discover new knowledge. It means to generate scientific information related to the sports, fitness, health, and in a simple word, the research help us to find the new improved way to of training, performance, and maintaining the health. What does it mean? It means to improve the teaching methods to develop effective and better way of teaching in physical education classes. In a simple word, research help teacher to teach more effective and make learning more interesting and useful. Third one is the enhance sports performance. Now let us move to third important objective, the performance of sports enhancement. So what does it mean? It means to identify and develop training method that improve your strength, your endurance, your speed, your technique, your skill. In a simple word, the research help the athlete to perform better in their sports. The important thing is the enhancing the performance help to achieve the better result in the competition, reduce the different kind of fatigue, increase efficiency, research higher level in sports. In simple understanding, we are discussing about the research makes the training more scientific, more effective, and more result oriented. Next important thing is the fourth part is to promote health and fitness. So what does it mean? Health and fitness means to study the effect of physical activity on physical mental health. In a simple word, the research help us to understand how exercise keeps our body and mind healthy and fit. The research shows that the regular physical activity improve heart health, increase muscle strength, and control body weight, reduce risk of disease. So this knowledge comes through the scientific research. There is an important aspect of the promote health and fitness. So this objective help to promote healthy lifestyle, prevent different kind of the disease, improve the quality of life, create awareness about the fitness. The important thing is the research show how physical activity improve both body and mind. Dear learner, let's me ask you the simple question in sports. Do problems occur? Of course, yes. The player get injured, participation because of low. The performance sometimes stop improving. Now the question is, how do we solve these real life problems? The answer is through the research. The research means the scientific systematic process to solve the real world problems. Next is the develop scientific training program. To design evidence-based conditioning and rehabilitation program. To designing and training programs, exercise programs that are based on scientific evidence-based, not just on the basis of your guess. So in a simple word, the research help us to create safe, effective, and well-planned training programs. Why it is an important? The important thing is this scientific training program help us to improve our performance, reduce the risk of different kind of the injuries, ensure proper recovery, make training more effective and safe. So research help to design the program that are safe, effective based on scientific evidences. Another important objective of research, especially we are discussing in the field of physical education, is to evaluate the policies and program. This means the research help us to assess whether the physical education curricula, sport schemes, government initiative are working effectively or not. For example, if the school introduce new fitness program or the government launch a sports development scheme, research is used to check its impact, identify the strength or weakness, and suggest improvement. In this way, the research ensure that the policies are not only the implemented but also continuously improve for better outcomes. Next is the research also play the vital role in advancing sports technology and biomechanics. In modern sports, performance is no longer based on the practice but also on the scientific tool analysis. The researcher use technologies such as motion analysis, electromyography, and performance modeling to study body movement, muscles activity, and technique efficiency. For example, analyzing sprinter running techniques or cricketer bowling actions help in improving the performance and reducing the risk of the injuries. So thus, research integrate the science and technology into the sports training programs. So another key objective is to support inclusive physical education program. So research help us to design the strategies to include the differently abled individuals just like a disabled person and special population in sports physical activity. It studies their need, abilities, limitation, and develop suitable program that ensure equal participation for each and everyone. For instance, adaptations game for the children with disabilities or designing a special training method to promote the inclusion or equal opportunity in physical education programs. So finally, the research contributes significantly to the nation and international sports development. it helps us in improving the competitive standard, identify the talented athlete, and developing effective training programs. So research in the field of physical education play the very vital role in improving the teaching methods, enhancing the sports performance, promoting health, and solving the practical problem in the field of physical education and sports sciences especially. It's proved a scientific foundation for training, evaluation, and policy development. So overall, the research helps us in the advancing of knowledge and ensuring the evidence-based practice for better physical, mental, and athletic development. Thank you very much.